AAC, take it back. AAC, take it back. I'm not hearing you. AAC, take it back. Take it back. Action. Action. No going back. Thank you very much, everyone, for coming once again. I am the chairman of the AAC until the ESCO is dissolved in a few minutes, and I will become a floor member of the party. Our party was formed in 2018 August, and we formed the party because as at the time we started as the Take It Back movement, we didn't have a political party. But we are taking a decision as young people, mostly in those days, that protest was not enough to change Nigeria. That activist media was not enough to change Nigeria, that we must fight for power. We went around in search of political parties that could accommodate our ideas and temperaments to change Nigeria. We couldn't find one. So we surreptitiously applied to have our political party registered. And it will shock you that when INEC came to verify our political party bona fides, they said there was no political party was registered at that time that was as prepared as the AAC. And thus, for the first time in my lifetime, the AAC started what is known as a grassroots mobilization across the country. For those of you who were around in 2018, 2019, when we ran, we would testify to the fact that AAC ourselves were the only political party that visited every state except Borno and Yobe. By land, we drove around this country. We also visited Nigerians across the world. We went as far as Australia. It took me 3 days to travel to Australia. Flew to Dubai and then to Australia. Came back, went to South Africa, we were in Ghana, we were in Canada. We were mobilizing the whole country. But we didn't realize, or maybe we realized, but we didn't prepare for it, that we were preparing for the election, but the other political parties were not preparing for election. We were preparing for what we know as selection. And that was how the 2019 election ended in disappointment. But our political party, and this is to speak to those who are talking about protests, that our political party didn't stop there. By 2019, and you can go and check, AAC was the one political party that decided that we will have what is known as Revolution Now. And we organized protests around this country under the aegis of Revolution Now, across this country. That was what led to my arrest in 2019. But just as we have good news, there were parts of the news that wasn't too good. Since 2099, the AAC was taken over, hostile takeover, by somebody who used to be the secretary of the party. And for 3 years, we couldn't take control of our party. But the legal advisor is here somewhere. Inibe Efio. Yes. This one is one of the most brilliant legal minds in Nigeria. Yes. Took INEC to the cleaners. And INEC withdrew from the case. And of course, the moment INEC was no longer visible in the case, our opponents fizzled out. And thus, since 2022, we recovered our party back. We have since then been working across Nigeria to fix the country known as Nigeria. So, when you hear about NSAS, please don't let anybody deceive you. NSAS was started by AAC leaders and members across Nigeria. AAC leaders and TIB leaders were the ones who went first to the headquarters in Abuja. I led it. I led that protest while I was under restriction by High Court judge that I cannot protest. I led it. The one who is in the house, Sonyolu, wise man, Adekunle, who is in the house as well, held Lagos for us. But, you know, as fighters, because we know there were too many fights to come, we weren't claiming glory. And that is why some people will lie to you that they are the ones who started NSAS and ended. In fact, when NSAS had been ended, or the government thought it ended, who were the ones who still went back to the airport to shut down the airport and did graffiti there? We went to the National Assembly, did graffiti there. And Sydney, somewhere in the house, I went with him to the airport and the other place, the National Assembly. But not to prolong the story, the country of Nigeria is now again in need of your help. I don't need to repeat the problems. You are all besieged by a state of anarchy. You are besieged by insecurity. You are besieged by hunger. You are afflicted by diseases. Your roads are bad. Your schools are not safe. Your hospitals can no longer treat any form of ailment that you are sure of, because all the doctors have left. But your leaders, they have the best. Anytime they are sick, they go to the best hospitals abroad. In fact, Nigerian leaders are no longer comfortable dying in Nigeria because they don't even trust your mortuaries to preserve their bodies anymore. So the last one who died had to die in the UK. That is the state of our nation. And we want to change that. And when we are saying we want to change Nigeria, we are not apologetic about change. Are you getting me? We are not changing Nigeria by compromise. We are not changing Nigeria like some of our friends did in the last election, that we should just accept anybody into our party. When the elections are over, they are free to go back to where they came from. No. It is the reason why when a new political party emerged this year, we were hounded by people on the internet. Go and join them. Go and be part of them. I'm talking about the ADC, which is APC with the P up, with the leg of the P up. Because if you put APC, the leg of P is down. If you put ADC, the leg of the D is up. You still get the same people. We said we cannot join them because we don't have anything in common. And we have enough good people in this country who can be part of a political movement, and our party will lead our people to victory. And we will not stop until we win. So, we want to inform you that the future of the party is in your hands. But the future of Nigeria is in the hands of the party. You see the work that you have to do? So as you are here today, let me let out a secret to you that the Nigerian people are going to be putting a lot of pressure on you and they will not behave as if they will accept excuses, because they want to see you as you are promised that you are different, deliver a different outcome within our political process. And I can tell you, and I'm speaking on behalf of the party, that as state chairman, state secretary, you are going to get a lot of offers, because there's no place else where there's credibility for the AAC right now. As you know, the PDP has died a natural death, or has been murdered in Abuja here. Well, it was murdered in Oyo State, but interned in Abuja. That's where they buried it, at the office of the Minister of FCT. The Labour Party, which showed promise in 2018, 23. I don't know whether he's dead or he's in the hospital, but it's in between life and death. I see you. We are not mocking them. The reason I can say this categorically, guys, is that they always tell us that we don't know what we are doing. And we've always told them that you can only package some things for a while. If they are not genuine, they are not genuine. There used to be this advert about Panadol. That's in a Panadol. If you don't be Panadol, you don't feel like Panadol. So these parties are going to come to us. In embracing them, we should ensure that we embrace the best amongst them. Don't just open your hands up to anybody that comes and say, AAC, we heard that you are the most popular party now, we want to join. No. We only want people who believe in what we believe to join our party. Because the party has a task at hand. That is to save the country known as Nigeria. And there's nobody in-house, sorry, you can hear me better now. There's nobody here who is new to that. And those of you who are new to fighting, please, after we finish this convention, check your BP. It's true. I want to make a revelation to you now that in 2019 when I was arrested by the DSS, they compiled the name of all the AAC leaders and wanted to arrest them and join them with me for treason. They realized that to charge somebody for treason, he needs co-conspirators. So they wanted to charge everybody. When somebody told them that it would look too political, they went and arrested a friend of mine known as Mandate, a young boy he was my co-conspirator. And what they wanted to do was to ruin his life. But today Mandate is not out in our midst. We got him out of this country and he has graduated as a law student. Hopefully, he will come and become the Attorney General of the Federation very soon. But I cannot do my speech without thanking the team of leaders here on the high table who have kept this party together with their bare hands, with nothing in return, with no extra codes, with no allowances, no salary, nothing. It's not as if they are entitled to salaries. But you know that some parties, when you see their leaders, you can tell by the kind of car they are driving, the party where they come from. And I'm not joking. INEC is there. We go to INEC quarterly meetings. And when it's time to leave, they will come and mock us. Sowore, how are you going to leave this place? Say, Uber. I say, why are you doing political party? Because I'm serious, there are smaller parties, smaller than us. When they are driving, I will be looking at them when we are waiting for Uber. The one will drive past us with bamboos. That Mercedes Benz. I think we know of two party leaders that have those 150 million naira. But me and Ina has one car. Yeah. I don't allow him to carry me because his car doesn't have a seat. And with Uber, you can be lucky to have somebody, and Abuja weather is not the nicest. So it's always like, let me drop you and say, why don't you go? Because I also don't like the idea of pushing a car on the streets of Abuja. Honestly. You know, I want people to mock me for a lot of things, but to say that we saw Sowore pushing a car, it's not exactly good on Twitter. Anytime they see us, first thing they do is to bring out their camera. In this Abuja, I cannot eat without looking around because somebody has already clicked his camera. They want to show you that the way I'm eating, I look like a hungry person. But eat, we must. To come back to them, please give them a round of applause for keeping this party together. Sometimes we participated in elections, sometimes we couldn't participate because you don't even know sometimes what they call election in this country anymore. So I want to introduce to you once again, and for the last time, until next time, the party mobilization, organizing secretary. I call him mobilization because he mobilizes everybody here. Okay. Oshok, Spirit Oshok, we can't mention his name. Is a pastor. And you know, if a pastor steals your, we get the money if we have. And our almighty secretary, who you know very well, the guy that doubles you up, is Ina Okopi Agbo. And our loveliest, most articulate, most vibrant, indefatigable, fearless lawyer is Imibehe Efio. I did not say that he will become the Attorney General because he doesn't have to be an Attorney General in our regime. He has his eyes on Akwa Ibom governorship. I'm just telling you. I'm just kidding. It's difficult to get him to have a political ambition. He can't stand us. People will call politicians. And you guys know our PRO, or you must have heard about it. I have a little history with Femi. I was traveling in Nigeria in 2016, I think. And they said there was a student at University of Lagos who wrote an article on Facebook against the Senate of the university. The Senate is the parliament of the university, for those of you whom I want to break it down to you. And that he was expelled. So I was like, I need to meet him. And I met him. And he came and he wasn't interested in meeting. He wanted to make sure he back. I said, what's wrong with you? Guys, meet me first. And so we started and met. Some of the guys I met eventually in 2016, he introduced me to some of them. But since I met him, his life has never been the same, and my life has never been the same. I will summarize it by telling you what his dad. I met his dad one day. I was surprised how young his dad was. So I spotted his dad, and he said to me, he said, Mr. Sowore, I came to see you because of my son. I don't know when he's going to get reabsorbed back to the university. He said, whether he gets reabsorbed or not, he has not become your son. You can take him from now. I told the dad, I really don't have many kids. I only have 2 kids that I know of. And Femi is not one of them. Today, Femi himself is probably bigger than me. He can adopt me. I'm one of his own. Not his son, but I'm one of his own. So he was our PRO since I think 2022. And anything you hear about the party, they are making it happen, both on social media and real media. So, guys, the person in front of you once again is Omoyele Sowore. I want you all to please once again applaud our leaders. So, having given this very long speech, I want to also thank every state chairman, secretary, like I thanked you before, who have braved the weather, the roads, the criminals, the terrorists, the bandits, and most importantly, the government. Because the Nigerian government is also a terrorist organization, especially the 2 other political parties, APC and PDP, according to the Canadian. I didn't say it. It was a Canadian court that said it. So they are also a terrorist organization. But luckily enough, we are not a terrorist organization. Thank you so much for coming. Let me thank our INEC observers once again. We will make sure that we end your misery very soon by listening this. And we promise you, you will not need a helmet to attend our party convention like we do for AAC and APC and PDP. It is so bad for that of PDP, I don't think they attended the last one in back. No guarantee of safety. But, ladies and gentlemen, I I want to, at this point, I also want to thank some of our friends in the house. Where's the Adekunle wise man in the house? Yes. I also met him when I met Femi. I want to appreciate some of the oldest leaders of the party. If you joined AAC when it started, yeah, please, can you just stand up? Because I cannot record. If you joined in 2018, stand up. AAC! Thank you so much. I didn't know that many people are still around. So, please, I want to thank all of you for coming. I would love to mention all of you individually in the hall and greet you because you have done so much for the party and you have done, by extension, done so much for Nigeria. Let me at this point then introduce the convention planning committee that was set up on behalf of this convention by the NWC, acting on behalf of the NEC. And the convention committee are the ones who have made it possible for you to sit here in this very cozy room, provided accommodation, have worked very hard to do everything to make this a successful convention. And I have the Oyo State Chairman, West Coyote, Nabayo. AAC, action, no going back. Mayor is coming from 7 fresh days of protest against the PDP governor of Oyo State over the circular roads that they are trying to embezzle the land here. So, amazing guys. We have Ken Henshaw, who's the MC. Ken Henshaw, one of the pioneer members of this party, very well-known environmentalists in this country. An amazing, they say people are sage because they are old. His own is a young sage. There's no young sage, but he's a wise man. Not the same wise man we have at the back. that one is street wise. This one is all over, all around wise. Thank you so much for your leadership. Stanley, Shaman Stanley from office, and our chairman from Bauchi, who is secretary to the CPC, and also a pioneer member of this party since 2018 when we started. He has remained there. One day he called me that he thinks I want to put him in trouble. He has been having peace in Bauchi because I was fighting the Bauchi state governor and his son over the detention of a guy who is a university lecturer. He's been an amazing stabilizing force for the party. Who is the last person, please? Musa Mohammed from Kaduna. Sorry, I apologize, from Kaduna. Thank you so much for your leadership. So, on this note, I want to end my very long speech. I apologize that I bored you. From this moment on, I want to encourage us to make it as fast as possible so that we can live here and also help the INEC people to enjoy their families on this Saturday. Once again, thank you. AAC!
At this point in time, I'll take the microphone back to the chairman of the party to officially dissolve this SO. And immediately that ESCO is dissolved, the CPC chairman takes over that seat and conducts the protocol for the convention, election convention of the party. Sowore.
Yes. We are very sad to leave. And this is the most painful part of today's event. As they say in Nigeria, to use your hand to dissolve yourself. But everything that has a beginning must have an end. And the tenure of the ESCO here, the National Working Committee of the AAC, that started in 2018, rejuvenated in 2022 because of the lawsuit, has come to an end. But let me explain one thing to you. All right. So, that's why I always walk around with a lawyer. So, I want to say something quickly. That you must ask yourself, why did we stay this long in the ESCO of AAC? We started the ESCO in 2018 and had a convention around what time? October 6, 2018. We went for election February 2019. I returned to the US for the first time. I was on a plane when it was announced that the ESCO had been dissolved on TV, live. And before we could say Jack Robinson, a judge in Abuja also followed up by granting an injunction against us, illegal injunction. We tried everything we can. But we have good news. That judge, Justice Ekwo, is a judge that was suspended for a year for corruption by the NGC recently. Such a judge should never even have come back to work. But you know Nigeria, when they come back, they might even promote him to the Court of Appeal. So that was the battle we fought from that 2019. And when I was arrested in 2019, the secretary who hijacked the party went and had an illegal convention in Sowore. I was in detention. And they announced themselves, through people who are not members of the party, that they are taking over the party with USC. Let me shock you. When they will now get a secretariat in Abuja, they went and rented a secretariat inside the army barrack in Abuja, so that you cannot even enter your own party secretariat. But with the help of our amazing lawyer, we defeated them in the Court of Appeal, and hence took back the party since 20. He still went back to court. He wanted the Federal High Court to reverse the decision of the Court of Appeal, and the judge rejected it. He's still owing us. He's owing us about 700,000 naira. If you find him, they must collect the money from him. Some of our yes. So that is what makes our tenure to start again in 2022. So technically, our tenure expires this year, and we were informed by INEC, and we informed INEC that we will have a convention. We started with the state congresses, and now we are here with the convention, and this ESCO is going to come to an end. But it will not until one thing happens. Somebody must move a motion for the dissolution of the ESCO, and it must be seconded, and then we will announce with tears that we are leaving. Thank you very much. So please, if you want to move a motion for...
Call for motion.
You guys can't even wait.
A delegate must move the motion. Has to be a delegate. Please, when you are moving the motion, state your name, your state, and the office you hold.
AAC! 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 My name is Robert Ali Agena. I'm the chairman of FCT, African Action Congress. Andy Robert Agena. Chairman, African Action Congress, FCT chapter. So I'm moving a motion for our for the dissolution of our National Working Committee. Even though they have done so marvelous for us, there is need for them to take a rest for other people to also emerge and let's.
Thank you so much. Second motion.
Second that, please.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Tayo, the AAC State Chapter Chairman. So I seconded the motion to dissolve the current NWC of African Action Congress. This convention of 2025. Comrades, you guys have no business here anymore.
Yes. Having fulfilled our tenure. Thank you. In the last
Can we walk back? Let's get can we do one
So we are back. We are back on the floor. Which means nothing to last forever. You want some rice? You want some rice? You want some rice?
No, let's welcome them. Oh.
If you want to sit here, please, you can take a seat in front. At this point in time, the remaining part of this convention will be conducted by the Convention Planning Committee.
Well done, sir.
The remaining part of this convention will be coordinated by the Convention Planning Committee. And at this point, I want to hand over to the following members of the Convention Planning Committee. We have got Musa Mohammed. Musa Mohammed, please come to this side. He's a member of the Convention Planning Committee. We have got Stanley Linus. Stanley Linus is tidying up something outside. He's coming back. We have got Ken Henshaw. That's my humble self. We have Umar Yakubu Abubakar, who is the secretary of the Convention Planning Committee. And